Good morning students, my name is Suhas Vora, Assistant Professor of Electrical Department at Sri Swaminarayan Institute of Technology. So in the past lectures, we can see the introductions of microprocessors and the microcomputers. So basically microprocessors are the integral electrical circuit that are capable of carrying out the instructions of the computer software applications or program. So the electrical circuit receive the instructions from the applications or the program. The interpret these instructions and the execute and the actions or set of the functions based upon what the functions call for. यानी कि इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट में क्या होता है कि बेसिकली the all programs are divided in the three main parts. First one is the receiving the data, then after the read the data, and then after the executions. So the device use the microprocessor is normally capable of the many functions such like the word processing, calculations and communications via internet or telephone. For example, the microprocessors would need to communicate with the video display to control the output data that the program may produce. Therefore, the microprocessors would act as a device brain in that it transmits, receives and interprets the data needed to operate the device. Then after we can see that the digital computers. So computer means they have the one type of the PC. So the microprocessor is a computer process which incorporate the functions of the computer's central processing unit CPU on the single integrated circuits or most few integrated circuits. So the microprocessor contain both the combinational logic and the sequential digital logics. So microprocessor operates on the number and the symbol represented in the binary numerical systems. A digital computer can be considered as the digital system that performs the various computational tasks. So the first electronic digital computer was developed in the 1940 and was preliminary of the numerical components. And we know that the computer is known the only the two digits or bit is 0 and 1. These are the block diagram of the digital computers. The RAM, then CPU has the ROM, then input output processors यानी कि peripheral devices. Now the processors, अगर microprocessors की बात करते हैं तो is a main important part of the computer structures without which you will not be able to perform anything on this computer. यानी कि हार्ट है, विदाउट हार्ट तो कोई इंसान जी नहीं सकता है, उसकी जैसे है. सो द प्रोसेसर्स is the main heart of the computers. If the processor is failed, then computer is failed. So the microprocessors take a bunch of the instructions in the machine's language and the execute in them and telling the processor what it is to do. So the microprocessors have the three basic things while executing the instructions. The first one is ALU. मैंने लास्ट सेशन में समझाया था कि ALU एक में बेसिकली घर का एग्जांपल आपको मैं दूँ कि घर के अंदर मेन हॉल होता है. अगर घर के अंदर जाना हो, बेडरूम में जाना हो या किचन में जाना हो तो बट ऑब्वियसली मेन हॉल में होके ही जाते हैं इन एवरी होम्स. सो ALU इज़ द मेन हॉल ऑफ द प्रोसेसर्स. यानी कि जो भी प्रोसेस होगी, यानी कि अरिथमेटिक करना है, लॉजिकली करना है, सब्सट्रैक्शन करना है, एडिशंस, डिविजन या कोई भी ऑपरेशंस करना है तो ALU में होगा. देन आफ्टर द डेटा इन द माइक्रोप्रोसेसर्स कैन मूव फ्रॉम वन लोकेशन टू द अनदर. अब डेटा कहाँ पे है, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल के मेरा रूम के अंदर मेरे क्लोथ है तो वहाँ पे से लेके मैं दूसरे रूम में रखता हूँ, उसके जैसा है कि कोई भी डेटा है सो एक रजिस्टर से लेके दूसरे रजिस्टर्स को मूव करना पड़ता है. सो इट हैज़ दी प्रोग्राम काउंटर। अब उसको पर्टिकुलरली एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए प्रोग्राम काउंटर होता है। सो इवोल्यूशंस ऑफ द माइक्रो प्रोसेसर इज देर आर दी 4 bit, 8 bit, 16 bit, 32 bits and 64 bits. We know that 32 bits and 64 bits. So fifth generations is the nowadays generations microprocessors. सो बेसिक टर्म्स ऑफ द माइक्रोप्रोसेसर इज इंस्ट्रक्शन सेट, यानी कि जो भी प्रोग्राम है वो पर्टिकुलर इंस्ट्रक्शंस में एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ता है कि मुझे मूव करना है, आगे हम देखेंगे मूव करना है या एडिशंस करना है। तो दिस आर द इंस्ट्रक्शंस सेट। बस मीन्स द डेटा, जैसे हमने देखा कि मूव करने के लिए जो बेस होता है उसको बोलते हैं बस। सो देर आर दी 3 मेन बस, डेटा बस, एड्रेस बस एंड कंट्रोल बस। Then after the IPC, the instructions per cycles, then clock speed, clock के हिसाब से IC वर्क करती है। Then after the bandwidth, then word length 8 bit है या 16 bit है तो word length उस पर डिपेंड्स होती है। Then data type, किस टाइप का डेटा है, ASCII है, बाइनरी है, साइन है, अनसाइंड है and etc. Then after the features of the microprocessor: low cost, high speed, small size, versatile, low power consumptions, less heat generations, reliable, then portable. Then after हमने देखा था माइक्रो कंप्यूटर is a small relatively expensive computer with a microprocessor as a it central processing units. Then after the microcomputer become popular in the 1970s and 80s. So these are the architectures of the microcomputers. So memory, then input output, peripheral device, then CPU, and these are the general architectures of the microcomputers. The first one is the ALU, arithmetic logic unit, then after the register array and the CPU. So these are the basic structures of the microcontroller with the CPU. So now today's lecture is microcontroller and the von Neumann architectures. So start with the microcontroller. The microcontroller is an integrated chip that is often the part of the embedded systems. So the microcontroller includes the CPU, RAM, ROM, input output ports and timer like the standard computer, but because they are designed to execute only a single specific task to the control a single power systems the single systems, so they are much smaller and the simplified so that they can include the functions required on a single chips. So these are based the integrated chips of the microcontrollers. So basically, how does the microcontroller is different from the microprocessors? So we can see that the microprocessor are used execute the big and generic applications, while the microcontroller will only be used to execute a single task within the one application. Some of the benefits of the microcontroller is the cost. So the cost of the part of the microcontroller are usually very cheap, sometimes even the less than the $1 each. The next one is the speed. The microcontroller, the frequency of the system clock often the stand of the megahertz or the gigahertz, but the microcontroller are typically slow, less than the 20 megahertz. So it is very easy. Then after the power dissipations of the system measured in watts, and the microcontroller are almost always low power. So because of these, microprocessor is very popular. Then after the bit, So this is usually mean the number of bits that can be proceed at one time each instructions, यानी कि 8 बिट का हो या 16 बिट का हो, 32 बिट्स तक माइक्रो कंट्रोलर में हम ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं. प्रोसेसर में वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट, अप टू द 16 बिट हम ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं. Then after the memory, the most processors have the some amount of the storage on the device for the data and the program instructions. Then after the all-in-one, यानी कि CPU and ROM and RAM, input-output ports and other is included in the microcontrollers. So how does the microcontroller works? So the microcontroller has an input device in order to get the input and the output device like such LED and LCD display to execute the final process. Let us look into the illuminations of how the microcontroller works in the televisions. So the television has a remote control and an input device and the TV screen as the output device. So the signal sent from the remote control is captured by the microcontrollers. So the microcontrollers, the channel sections and the amplify the system and picture tube adjustment such as the hue, brightness, control and etc. Now we can talk about the general architecture of the microcontrollers. So the architectures of the microcontroller depends on the applications and it is the built for. So some design includes the usage of the more than the one RAM, ROM and input-output functionality integrated into the package. So you can see here, so the serial port, then watchdog, these are the CPUs, then ADC, analog to digital conversions. They have the 3 main port, port A, port B, port C, then timers, ROM and RAM. So these are the main functions of the architecture of the microcontrollers. So the architectures of the typical microcontroller is complex and many things will include. So first one is the CPU. So the ranging from the simple 4-bit to complex 64-bit processors, then peripherals such as timer, event counters and the watchdog, then RAM, volatile memories for the data storage, and the data is stored in the form of registers and the general purpose registers storage informations that integrated with the arithmetic logic units. Then ROM, EEPROM, double EEPROM or the flash memory for the program and the operating parameters will be storage. Then the programming capability, then the serial input output such as serial ports, then a clock generator for the resonant quartz timing crystals or the RC circuits, then analog to digital converters, serial ports and data bus to carry the information. So these are the includes in the architectures of the microcontrollers. So applications of the microcontroller is home based. So we can use the televisions, then DVD player, telephone, fax machine, phone, then security systems, camera and etc. And in the office, the computers, printer, telephones, fax machine, security system etc. So these are the microcontroller applications. Now हमने यहाँ पे देखा कि आर्किटेक्चर. सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर्स? द वर्ड आर्किटेक्चर्स was not invented by the computer but it was taken over from the other applications, and the term does not provide the exact definitions or specifications of the principles. For modern constructions point of view, it can be divided into 4 categories. The first one is structures, which is called the layout. and the part descriptions and their interconnections. Then after the interconnections, which one is called the cooperations. So describe the dynamic communications of all the working parts of the computers. Then realizations, implementations. So describe the internal structures of all the working parts, and the last one is functions. It means activities, the final behaviors of the whole computers. So these are the called the structures. So structures is basically the second half of the 19th century. The scientist Charles is constructed the mechanical computer, and which all is the difference and the analytical engines. So in the 1936, the Alan Turing provided definitions of the universal computer called the Turing machines with the algorithm executions capability. Then after the 1946, the ENIAC, the first electronic general purpose computer, which have the 18,000 vacuum tubes, 1500 relay and 13 ton. Then after the 1947, the John von Neumann introduced the design of the storage program computer. This base design is known as the von Neumann architectures. So these are the informations of the architectures. So von Neumann architectures is, introductionally we can say that this one is the computer architecture, which describe how the computer is conceptually put together. So the von Neumann architectures will be described along with the other form of the computer, such as the parallel processor. So it will also introduce you to the internal elements of the central processing unit, such as the registers and how it's handle the program in the fetch execution cycles. Now the volume so many years ago, the 1945, just after the World War, the two mathematician scientists independently processed the how to build the more flexible computers, and on the was of the British mathematicians Alan Turing, and the other was the equally talented American scientist John von Neumann, which one is established the machines. So the architectures or the designs of the von Neumann storage program architecture, you can see here, they have the memory holding both the data and programming, which one is connected with the ALU, arithmetic logic unit, which one is called the accumulators, which one is connected with the input and output, and the control units. So we can talk about the memory. So the memory means the computer will have memory that can hold the both the data and also the program processing the data. In modern computer, this memory is RAM. Then after the control unit, so control unit is nothing but the manage the process of the moving data and the program into and the out of the memory, and also deal with the carrying the out program instructions one at a time. So includes the idea of the register to hold the intermediate values, and in the eliminations above, the accumulator is one such a register which one is one at a time perhaps means that the von Neumann architectures is the sequential processing machines. So this is also called the sequential processing machines. Then after the input output, this process allow to the idea that the persons need to interact with the machines and whether the values that are passed to and forth are stored one again in some internal registers. Then after the arithmetic logic unit, this part of the architecture is slowly involved with the carried out of the calculations upon the data. Then after the bus, notice the arrow between the component. These implement that the information should flow between the various part of the computers. So in modern computer build the von Neumann architecture, information passes back and further along at the bus. So features of the Neumanns, the resistance with the CPU. You can see the figures. The register with the CPU, you can see that the memory buffer registers, which one is include the program counter, instruction resistance, program state word, then memory address. There have the general purpose registers and MAR. These are called the CPU, and this one is the main RAM. Now we can talk about the registers, means the last about the refers is the registers. A register is the describe the memory location within the CPU designed to hold the temporary data and the instructions. So the modern CPU will hold the number of registers. There are the number of general purpose registers that the programmer can use to hold the intermediate result will work through the calculator or algorithms. Then after here we can see that the program counter, these hold the address in the memory of the next instructions. For examples, we can talk the if some program counter has to address the 305, then the next instructions will be at a locations is 305 in memory. When the program is running, the program counter will often just the increasing as it address one instructions after the others, then after the 305, 6, 7 and etc. We can also happen to call the jump functions or jump instructions to shift or change the address. So these are the register with the CPU of the system. So if any questions regarding this topic, you can mail me. If any query regarding this topic, you can call me. My mail ID and the phone number is in your screen. Thank you.